As America votes 2004, stay with CNN, America's campaign headquarters.
I know that this year a bunch of guys got a phone call, and the call was, hey, I want you to run my presidential campaign.
Hey guys, this is treat time.
They were doing somersaults down the hall.
Next time when you pick them up, turn to the cameras.
When I got that call, it was dread.
Where's the governor?
I mean, it is mean.
Here's the attack. What's your response? Here's the attack. What's your response?
Vicious, ugly.
This is like such bull. They're just trying to flare it up.
I want to make sure I'm not overreacting. Kills you physically.
You're talking to somebody who's brain dead right now, okay?
And then I made the mistake of getting on a plane to Iowa just to go for one trip with Howard Dean.
You are hot.
In politics, most media coverage focuses on the candidates, of course, but a big part of the political battle takes place behind the scenes. Welcome again to CNN Presents. I'm Aaron Brown. Senator John Kerry takes center stage next week at the Democratic National Convention, but the nomination did not come easily. It was another Democrat, Vermont's Governor Howard Dean, who seemed to be the choice of Democrats during the early part of the long primary season before any of the votes were cast. Last year, one of our producers, Kate Albright-Hanna, went on the road to document the life inside the Dean campaign. Kate and her camera followed campaign manager Joe Trippi and his unlikely band of warriors as they helped Dean surge to the brink of the nomination, or so it seemed, only to watch it all collapse, first in Iowa and then in New Hampshire. From footnote to frontrunner to political flameout, here is the story of the Dean campaign. We call our program True Believers.
We want you! We want Dean! We want Dean!
We're making a little stop in Boise, Idaho for about an hour. They can all see you, so when you come out, the crowd's going to look into the frenzy. The music's going to be playing, or it's going to take you straight to the stage.
I think my voice is going to be gone after this one.
Just don't screw it. Just don't screw it.
I won't, but it's good practice.
Yeah. Ready? Let's go. Go to your left, Governor. Go to your left.
I will never send our sons and daughters to die in a foreign country without telling the American people the truth about why they're going. When are the Democrats going to stand up and be Democrats again? I'll tell you. You see this flag? This flag doesn't belong to John Ashcroft and the right wing of the Republican Party. This flag belongs to the people of the United States of America, and we're going to take it back. That's what we're going to do. We're going to take it back.
You know, there's a bunch of old timers in the crowd. We're like going, finally, a Democrat is not afraid to grab the flag and stick it in the ground. It's like they've been dying for 20 years in the desert, looking for someone that they can beat back with.
Dean understood earlier than any of the other Democrats that there was this wave of anger inside the party, and it wasn't just a wave of anger at President Bush.
Anytime?
Yep. I'm Howard Dean.
But there was also a sense among Democrats that after the 2002 election, the party just wasn't fighting back hard enough.
I opposed the war with Iraq, but too many Democrats supported it.
We were out there waking up the party, you know, when everybody else was standing at the podium going like, huh? You know, oh man, don't say that. Oh, you can never win saying that.
Trippi and Dean, in many ways, are perfect fit in their personality. Joe Trippi has never considered himself part of the club.
Anybody knows me knows I just can't stand the game.
Joe, the other kids have already left. They have their Game Boys with them.
This grass is great. Rarely see me at any dinner unless I'm forced to under duress in Washington. You got to believe.
He is not your highly polished, classic Washington political consultant.
Charles' imitation of Trippi.
The sunset? You think John Kerry's campaign is watching the sunset? You don't get it. Do you have a freaking political bone in your entire body?
Joe Trippi was the character of the Dean campaign.
It will really bother the governor if you're doing that.
But you get the sense that Howard Dean was quite aware of that.
Haven't I done a great job managing Trippi's campaign for president? All right.
You perhaps had a couple alpha males that circled each other.
I don't really want to interrupt it. You're the guy who ought to be on the cover of Time.
Oh, God.
They certainly were not bosom buddies. But when this campaign looks back, I've got to believe that the high will be the Sleepless summer tour.
President is sleeping soundly tonight in Crawford, Texas, and we're sleepless here in Milwaukee.
Listen to this song.
I'm listening.
There's a voice you gotta hear. So loud and clear. So let them say we can't do it.
Can you all hear me back there?
People were impressed, and they said, is this a little hubris? Is he jumping ahead of himself?
First with dismay,
absolutely unbelievable.
then with disbelief. Or just waiting for the kids to wake up in the morning.
When we win the nomination, when we win the White House, I'll be happy. Just enjoy it for 1 minute? For 1 minute?
Thinking, dreaming.
They got the right music. Whoa! Hey, tomorrow, what song is that? You try to get people to understand that's where we're going, and somebody, because it's their favorite goddamn advance song, plays It's a Beautiful Day.
The new song is the song that we play at every rally now.
No, we don't play it. If you do this right, we can take that album to #1.
It was reminding me of following a rock band. You know, you're always struck with how they don't go to bed.
Now, mind you, this is what, 6 a.m., 5:30? What time is it?
They were pumped. They were definitely pumped. I mean, I think it's a sign of how well they feel things are going, too. It's when the crowds are big and the single is hitting.
I deeply appreciate the staff. You guys have worked your rear ends off.
There's a lot of love in the room right now. We'll see if that persists.
You guys are amazing, man. Absolutely.
Hey, we're going to follow you, brother. We're going to follow you.
Okay, now back to work, damn it! What are you doing? You guys have a political bone in your body?
Hey, we're at 990.
Update that baby.
I don't know what's more unbelievable to me, that we made the million, or that it is actually legitimately happening right, now. Mike, do you know where they're holding him? Here's the most important thing with a bat. What you want to do is just hold it up, like down here, and just say, don't menacing. Yeah, that's what I mean. That's the one thing about have a nice smile on your face. You did it, something like that. But don't. Yeah. That's. I mean, just don't. Yeah. Don't be swinging it around up there or anything like that.
We now return to True Believers, life inside the Dean campaign.
You ready, Georgia boy?
I'm ready, Utah boy.
Oh!
Okay.
I think it went like
It did. But it was,
Oh, so you want to know what we're doing at 2 o'clock in the morning? Constant faucet of creativity at Dean for America.
I am tired of being divided by income.
I gotta go back to changing the world.
Lots of people have spun all sorts of theories about the internet, none of which usually panned out. And here suddenly you had a candidate who would use this new tool, you know, there's no other way to put it. He used it brilliantly.
You're streaming live from here.
And then you had Joe Trippi, who even before he went to Dean believed you could do this differently and you could use the new technology in a different way.
Okay, where am I blogging? There's only one medium in the world that would allow 2 million Americans to give $100 to us in one day if they wanted to do it. It's the internet. It would help if I had a computer that was hooked up to something. Each time we have set a goal that seemed impossible, yet somehow you made sure we reached it. We broke President Clinton's record for raising the most money, and we didn't do it with $2,000 contributions. What is it? 13,358? I know that it sometimes may seem at the end of the quarter that the campaign is too focused on the money. But how we raise our money is a very important part of the message of Governor Dean's campaign.
You know, I think Kerry will fight hard and come back and make up a little bit of lost ground, but...
Have you heard anything about his money?
No, I've heard, I mean, I think they're gonna, it's been so tight that I can't help but think that they're gonna come out with something more than 5.
What's your old girlfriend in the Kerry campaign say? Call her up.
She won't.
Call her up. Tell her you'll marry her.
Suck up.
You're so gonna get me in trouble. Hey, how you doing? You guys gonna break 7? Because that's the word on the street. The people on the campaign want me to offer you to marry me in order to tell me. You will take me up on that?
Just proposed marriage to her on CNN Presents.
I think that a lot of the people who came to Howard Dean weren't there to get a job.
I packed up all my stuff, I rented a car, and I drove up here.
You know, they were people who really believed they had a chance to change the country.
This is a new generation of American patriots.
Campaigns are full of young people because only young people have the energy to stay up 17 or 19 hours a day to do this kind of work.
We made an enormous amount of progress the last few months.
At the end of the day, you're not going to win an election on the internet. Empowering people is a process. Takes a little while.
Hello?
Hi, Pauline.
Hi.
Hi, I'm David.
Come on in.
You don't represent Bush, do you?
No. I represent the guy who's going to send George Bush back to Crawford, Texas. When we beat George Bush in November 2004, the way we're going to do it is by getting millions of new people to vote for the first time. If I do my job well, people will realize how much power they have to make a difference in this election. You know, if you're 21 and you're not idealistic, there's something really wrong with you.
Poster child of the revolution.
A couple weeks after I got here, someone was writing a story for the New York Times Magazine about people who had never been involved in politics before who were getting involved in the Dean campaign. So somehow or another, someone decided that my picture was really representative of something.
Oh my God!
This is exciting.
Ann Coulter is literally like writing about me on her website.
You're everything that's wrong with America.
Wait, is this her website? Yeah. Ann Coulter basically summarizes everything I said and then says, with quotes like that, it's not going to be easy to tone down the Republicans' overconfidence in the coming presidential campaign.
Right.
You know, sure, there's probably a couple people who work on the campaign who are vegans.
This is a personal assault.
But any attempt to sort of categorize everyone, I think, is not respectful of, you know, human experience.
Realize that it's going to get worse in terms of the attacks, in terms of what we're standing up to. They're not trying to stop Howard Dean. They're trying to stop you and 450,000 Americans.
As America Votes 2004, stay with CNN, America's campaign headquarters.
We now return to True Believers, life inside the Dean campaign.
We want Dean! We want Dean! Who do we want? Dean! When do we want him? Now!
I think he got such a good ride in the middle of the summer.
You can't stand there for that long and talk without committing to it.
The fact that he had been able to almost fly under the radar meant that an awful lot of people felt, both among his opponents and in the press, that they better catch up and start giving some critical scrutiny to this guy who, at that moment, people were saying, my God, he's going to sweep to the nomination.
The whole damn pack of them's coming. I mean, you know, the most telling quote in the past couple weeks was in Time magazine when one of those cowards had a blind quote, and that's exactly what they were, frickin' chicken shits. Because one of them said, it's like the mafia. Everybody wants one of the other families to hit him.
It's true. That's what always happens in multi-way primaries. You see, you're all sitting around saying, well, we don't want to fight the guy. He'll fight back and scruff up our beautiful white tuxedo. Or wait for those, you know, the psychos over at Lieberman to do it.
Let me say to Governor Dean, he has said he wouldn't take sides, but then he has said Israel ought to get out of the West Bank and an enormous number of their settlements ought to be broken down. That's up to the parties in their negotiations, not for us to tell them.
Are you guys looking at this?
The last set of questions in this
The ellipses?
This is like such bullshit.
They really are.
It's literally, this is the most disgusting thing anybody's done in this race so far. This is more disgusting than anything Kerry's ever done. I mean, with all the crap you can hit us with above the belt, which would be legitimate, and let's have a debate, you're going to go below the belt? We should put out a statement that this is among... I want to make sure I'm not overreacting. The only thing I can think is they're just trying to get a Dean Lieberman headline.
That's what they're doing.
But I mean, to do that, I never thought I'd get to see that shit out of them.
The same black folk that Walter Mondale got.
I guess he doesn't want to be vice president again.
4 months before the first primary season contests get underway, General Wesley Clark, new to this race, has his work cut out for him.
Send lawyers, guns, and money. He's shorter than the governor. He's a little guy.
Trish, no matter who goes by, we just do this. Okay? No matter who goes by.
Trippi. Tell him, though, the important thing, Joe. Did you notice that the governor is at least a half an inch taller than the general?
Hey, Joe.
Hey, man.
Congrats.
Thanks. Is the boss here yet?
Boss is here on the other side.
Okay. Governor?
Yes.
The former vice president's right here. Right through this way, sir.
Hey, Howard. How are you? Fine. How are you doing? I want to introduce you to my daughter, Corinne.
Hi, how are you? Great to see you.
Nice
Great
to see you
again. You really came here to hear from the next president of the United States. Please give a Harlem round of applause for the next president of the United States, Dean, Governor Dean, and also our Vice President, Al Gore. Al Gore.
Guys, down. Don't be doing it again yet. Down.
And so I'm asking all of you to join in this grassroots movement to elect Howard Dean President of the United States. Thank you.
The question is that dangerous for you, potentially dangerous for you, for everybody now to be saying it's over? If it weren't, you wouldn't be so anxious to tell us it's not over, right? There's a danger there in that, isn't it?
Yeah, I do think there always is, because it's not over. I mean, we still got to, there hasn't been a vote cast. We got to get to the votes and we got to win them.
The downside of having Al Gore come out is it really put that target right on Dean's back. And he got hammered. He got hammered.
We got him.
Saddam Hussein gets captured and the world is celebrating, and so is Howard.
We're all glad that Saddam is caught. It's a great victory for our troops, but America's not safer because the real problem is terrorism.
He did point out that it didn't make us any safer and got, beat up a lot for saying that.
The Saddam comment hurt
Well, we need your help in Texas.
Howard Dean, but it was a delayed reaction. Howard Dean said he wanted a perfect storm in Iowa.
Mexico.
And he got it. It just wasn't the perfect storm he thought would happen.
CNN Monday night, live from the Democratic National Convention. No one brings you closer to the action than CNN, as the first and only network ever to anchor directly from the convention floor. Trust the most experienced election team to connect you to the delegates and the candidates with access like no one else. The Democratic National Convention, a CNN live primetime event, starts Monday night on CNN, America's campaign headquarters.
We now return to True Believers, Life Inside the Dean Campaign.
It's win with Dean, man.
Oh my God! Oh my!
There's a guy boxing with a George Bush gummy. Thank you so much. No, just keep doing it. Keep doing it. Don't let up. Don't let up.
If you're willing to come out here in the snow, so am I. And let's go take back our country.
How's it going?
With 2 months left, we gather now, but now's no time to snooze. We may be up by 20 points, but there's still time to lose. Remember, when your schedule gets too busy for a shower, you may be really dirty, but who cares? You'll have the power. Who cares? You'll have the power. Oh. You may be really dirty, but who cares? You have the power.
Front page story tomorrow. Clark's basically tied nationally.
We have a new poll coming out tomorrow, Dean down, and it shows Clark going up. So we wanted to get your reactions, and it looks to us like the attacks on Dean are beginning to have some effect. Is that how it looks to you?
No, this is a margin. That's margin of error. National numbers change in a second after Iowa.
Yeah, that's true.
And New Hampshire. In a second. The new Gallup USA Today poll.
I haven't seen it.
Us 24 nationally, Clark 20. We win here, we're already at 560,000 people. We start winning states, lots of other people are going to join up. It all starts here, and they will try to stop it here.
I'm not saying we're going to close 40 points in New Hampshire, but we'll get a bounce out of here. You can't underestimate the impact that Iowa has on New Hampshire. I mean,
Even with the State of the Union the next night?
Yeah, it's going to scramble the chessboard, and you're not going to know what's going to happen.
I even think Kerry's so weak right now that if he took second here, I'm not sure he'd get a big enough bump there to go by Clark.
4 years ago, Dean had almost nothing nice to say about the Iowa caucuses.
If you look at the caucuses systems, they are dominated by the special interests on both sides and both parties. Special interests don't represent the centrist tendencies of the American people. They represent the extremes.
Do you think Iowa caucus goers are still extremists?
They're
still extremists, Dr. Dean?
Yeah, I never thought they were.
But didn't you say that just a few years ago?
I was talking 4 years ago.
It's the people stupid is what I would title. No, it's the people stupid. It is the subject line. Do not change the subject line. I just said it. It's the people stupid.
1992, Bill Clinton said, it's the economy stupid. This time, it's the people stupid. Washington's going to change, and we're going to change it. Thank you very much.
Committed news.
What? Committed news?
Yes. He said Clinton said in 19...
Now it's the people stupid?
Yeah. I mean, people don't go with that. They're out of their minds. That's what the campaign's about. It's the people stupid. Has anybody used it? He's been saying it in the last 2 stops. That's the message. Don't we deserve to at least get our message out? here's the attack, what's your response? Here's the attack, what's your response? Here's the attack, what's your response? And when you get through all that, you have no message.
It seems like the other candidates are closing in.
Well, we'll see on Monday. We don't see that. We're going to win. How's the blog handling all this? You know, the poll saying it's a dead heat, all that kind of stuff. How are they reacting?
Some are doing the sky is falling. Some people are saying it's not about the sky is falling. You got to be positive. The people are going to win. There's definitely some of the sort of freaking out attitude.
The real story is John Kerry. He had a 25-point night last night.
Kerry 25, us 19, Gephardt 19. You know what I think?
What?
If we get into a back and forth with Gephardt, who benefits from that? Not either one of us, not this late.
Edwards.
Kerry or Edwards. I know, can you get me the...
I'm going to go get the poll right
now!
Bye.
There are too many glitches at this stage in the game. You're, down to 5 days before the Iowa caucus, and the campaign seems to be lacking in structure.
Does anybody know why headquarters isn't answering the phone?
I don't know, but neither is the hotline. The hotline's not answered either.
There's not a good understanding of how to deal with the press.
That's confirmed. Confirm it? Where's she going to be? Confirmed.
The governor himself hasn't been on lately. He's been tinkering with his message, been tinkering with his style.
Next time when you pick them up, turn to the cameras and pick them up. The cameras.
I'm so sorry.
That's right. Thank you very much. You're wonderful. Thank you.
You guys have a nice day.
Thank you so much. Vote for Dean.
Governor Dean the other day complained that Joe Trippi was getting more press than Governor Dean was getting.
You're really real.
Joe Trippi may even be bigger than Governor Dean in some circles.
Hey.
I see Dean people. I hate that sign.
What's the point of that?
I don't know. But it comes to the movie slogan, I see dead people. What do you think it's going to be?
You know what everybody else is doing, Joe? They're doing this. Talking to smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller. And we're just growing, baby, every day.
Well, 36,000 out of 130 would be 28%. Should be enough.
Yeah.
So it's between us and Gephardt, or you don't think it's between us and him?
For that reason alone. I think it's between us and Kerry.
Come on. Got it? Great. Thanks, man. Thanks for walking with me. I'm Joe Trippi. I'm running the governor's campaign for president. We need to get everybody to the caucuses that we can. I mean, it's going to be close here. Talk to your neighbors for us, okay? And bring your family. Thank you so much. Really appreciate your time.
Edwards is a big surge, of course. I don't know if we're second or third, but Gephardt is in fourth place outside of the margin of error. The three of us are all in the margin of error.
If anyone is feeling buoyed by the newest numbers, it is likely to be Kerry.
Why is Kerry on every single station? Because I just got asked by NBC out there in the neighborhood when I was walking.
Some news agencies are kind of writing your obituary right now.
Is that what's going on?
No.
He walks out of the house with Jimmy Carter, Jimmy and Rosalynn with him, and they get out the house, and when they do the wave to the camera stuff, he doesn't say, he doesn't say, great to be here with the president and the first lady. Doesn't say that. He turns to the cameras and says, hey guys, new Zogby poll out tonight. I swear to God, that's true.
I love Howard.
I swear
He's genuine, authentic, and real.
I swear that's true. Carter walked into the newsroom, so I want to make one thing clear.
It's not.
I didn't invite him, and I'm not endorsing him.
You know, for so long in this campaign, nothing went wrong.
What brought you out?
What I'm saying is, are you seeing like Kerry surging organization? So you think we're going to win?
Yeah.
Do you think Kerry will get by us here?
This part of the
I'd rather hear it than...
Yeah. I don't know. He's doing well in this part of the state.
You and all those people you dragged to the caucus have the power to take the White House back in 2004, and that is exactly what we're going to do. Thank you very much.
We want Howard Dean, gonna take our country back, gonna take our country back.
Thanks a lot. I saw your autograph.
You are hot. That is the message. You're doing it.
Now we just got to make sure that we win.
We're going to kick ass tonight.
Trying to keep this.
I mean, you cannot move in Iowa without seeing orange hats on every corner or knocking on every door.
Help all those people you identified this week get to caucus, and we'll see you at the victory celebration in Des Moines tonight. Thank you very much.
I am serenely calm. What is it?
Take it from a pure polling standpoint, which I know isn't a straight comparison, but if it doesn't get any better, it means that we just hit flat and never got anything back. And they kept moving. And Kerry in particular.
Hello?
Hey, here are the third way numbers I just got. Kerry 34, Edwards 23, E 19, Gephardt 11.
Should Gina tell him?
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead. Okay, bye.
We're going to South Carolina and Oklahoma and Arizona and North Dakota and New Mexico. And we're going to California and Texas and New York.
We've only just begun to fight, and we're the insurgent again. Hello?
I have only just begun to fight.
Yeah, I will. Keep it going, thanks. That was the governor.
There it is.
Kerry's giving my stump speech.
We now return to True Believers, Life Inside the Dean campaign.
So you get done at Iowa, fly to New Hampshire, you land at 3 in the morning. Holy Dean! 500-600 people. But the thing is, this thing was 48 hours ago. They're still running. This is assassination.
This is amazing.
That's what I'm saying. Now it is.
It's just nuts.
Now it's just like, let's pile on.
I have seen this 20 times today.
Right. They just can't. It's great tape, so they're just going to keep running it. It's like one of those big explosions in the war.
They're sending it out as a little MP3
They get one of those heat-seeking missiles, and shit, we're going to watch it for 3 nights.
Right.
This is what they don't show you. They have yet to show 1 second out of those 15 seconds of what the audience was like. I mean, look at that. But nobody ever expected the media to be fair.
I know it's been a rough few days. I wanted to talk to everybody, let you know what's going on. You guys have done an incredible thing for this country. We are not going to let 15 seconds of tape erase all that. No one can ever take away from you guys what you've built. But we just want to build it a little better and a little stronger and win the damn thing. So just go out and keep doing that. I'm so proud of you guys. Just keep fighting. Thanks, man. Thanks.
Hey, by the way, good news is I think we're doing Letterman. We got the okay. So if we got the okay to do Letterman, that's a good sign.
We'd like for him to maybe do a little self-deprecating humor about how he lost his voice at the top.
Good to be here, Dave. My voice is a little weak. I guess I strained it in Iowa.
Right.
Number 10.
Well, he and Judy are doing Diane Sawyer tonight.
In the week following his third-place finish in Iowa, Howard Dean went on Diane Sawyer with his wife. So they were trying to give Howard Dean the flesh and bones and heartbeat they had failed to give him prior to this.
What else could we have done?
You mean for scandals? Or for ordering?
To turn this around.
No, I told you. We had 24 hours and we rolled the dice.
No, you know what we have done exactly? We gave this, we pointed a lot of cannon and we have been dominating the news right now.
No, you know what we had? We had Sawyer, the debate, and Letterman. In this environment, with 3 bullets, we shot and rolled, shot and rolled, shot and rolled. And the entire media is out there going,
you know what? I'm not sure yet.
TMS has a fairly sizable one. We have some IT. Our cash on hand right now is 3.5 with 2.4 million in receipts. So the adjusted cash on hand, if we were to pay out all of our bills right now, is a little over $1 million.
and do we think anybody's holding money somewhere at all? Has anybody stashed money somewhere?
Are we counting, what about the 150?
I want to do whatever the hell I can to help us win, and do the right thing for the cause. But the way I am right now, I'm out of here. I'm not gonna. Why? What am I gonna wait for the day when they want to know what we did with $58 million? That I had nothing to do with.
It's not my fault.
Do I look like I'm losing weight to you?
Yeah.
It's not good.
No, I know.
Because I'm eating like a horse.
Yeah. No, it looks like you're losing some weight.
Look, they have a pack mentality.
So what's the pack saying now?
The pack is writing us off.
Tell them why you should go to New Hampshire.
Because I think that that it's important for people to see you and not think that you're hunkered down somewhere else and that, we're in this.
I am hunkered down somewhere else.
And we are in this.
And we are in this.
Joe, I really think it's important for them to see you and for you to be there talking to people because no one else is.
Let's keep Karen up front. Let's keep this about New Hampshire, New Hampshire, New Hampshire.
Okay, then don't go.
But I didn't think about all of a sudden why Candy Crowley goes, oh, if Trippi's not here, what's going on?
That says a lot when you get banished to Burlington, and it says a lot when people notice you've been banished to Burlington. So something was up.
What he ought to do is we ought to do a statement from Howard which says, Joe Trippi's been an incredible, important part of my campaign. Unlike me, while I've had at least a day down or however, Joe's been working nonstop for a year and just needs some rest and relaxation. He's going to be taking some time off, but it's going to stay a close advisor to the campaign, blah, blah, blah. Joe does not want to do that. He just wants to say, I'm leaving. So I think you want to keep him involved because you don't want to get a hugely bad story. And then when he gets back to Virginia, he can do whatever he wants to do.
This is what I abandoned. I've seen it 7 nights this year.
What?
My farm, man. Are we going to the movies? Or are we giving up on this idea? Let's go. Fucking Lord of the Rings. We sit there.
Right to go to sleep though.
Do the bad guys win?
And Lord of the Rings.
It's defeat against impossible circumstances.
Because I really like just 2 or 3 hours where nothing Dean happens. Do you want it to First one. Got a line from a movie, you got a line. Lord of the Rings, right? Yeah. Certainty of death, small chance of success. What are we waiting for?
Certainty of death, small chance of success. What are we waiting for? Let's go!
Certainty of death, small chance of success. What are we waiting for? Holy shit.
Remember? 1952.
Yeah.
White Ice
They're doing
about to kick Richard Nixon off.
Compares with the checkers speech. This is unbelievable. A guy
Why are we watching this?
yelling at his rally on to Michigan is somehow compared to every one of these things? Unbelievable. Bro, I want to jump in the middle of a presidential campaign again.
First George Bush in the White House once said he just...
If I ever do that, if I ever say something like that, you come get me, man. Take me home.
I will. I tried.
The best gift for me next Christmas is Howard Dean becoming president.
The toughest thing about if we fail isn't Howard Dean or me or any of these folks. It's these people. These people really do have what it takes to change the country. And we just got to figure out some way to get past the shit that's been thrown at us for 8 weeks and turn it. Well, that's who we're letting down.
Sweet Caroline, bum, bum, bum.
Let's see what happens in New Hampshire tomorrow night.
So good. I'll be back.
More Americans watch CNN. More Americans trust CNN.
We now return to True Believers, Life Inside the Dean campaign.
We don't know if we're at the rise and fall stage, or the rise and keep rising stage, or the rise and fall and rise stage, or what.
Dean goes to tell us stories. And last night at a meeting, I met this young man, and this guy, finally, he gets his turn. He goes, I want everyone to know I was out of work in New Hampshire, and I moved to Vermont, and I got a job as a dishwasher, and I had to walk home in the cold, so I got sick, and I got to see a doctor for $2, and I still got the lollipop! So yesterday, Dean's at the Palace Theater, right, doing his big town hall meeting in Manchester, and he starts to tell this story. Yesterday, I met this young man, and all of a sudden...
Is that John?
You hear from the balcony, that's me! That's me!
Some people heard Howard Dean scream and it made them run away. I heard Howard Dean scream and it made me wake up.
Stand out, raise up your hand.
This is it. We need you to give everything you have. Let's finish what Governor Dean started 2 years ago. Let's bring every supporter of Howard Dean's to the polls here in Manchester. If we do that tonight, we will win this evening, I promise. Let's go. Let's do it.
I want to work for the dream.
Bring this home, man. You bring it home.
I vote for Dean.
I hear it's very, very close.
First exit's 36 Kerry, 31 us, 12 Edwards.
That's good. That's real good. This is Gringer. Send him to Ward 9. It's just down on Elm.
The numbers from the Los Angeles Times were 32 Dean, 31 Kerry.
Get your computer. We have to look up another word for comeback.
Clinton Nest? No. We've been defibrillated.
Hi, this is David. That's great. That's great. That bodes very well. Hi, this is
I'm sure he's scared out of his gourd right now. It's like no matter what happens, they don't think they're working hard enough, even if they run themselves into the ground.
Remember when I said you don't want to start making desperation phone calls? I changed my mind.
They're counting votes, and there's 30-22, not 35, 34, not 35, 30, not 36, 31, not any of the exit numbers. It's 30-22.
Now you've got me panicked.
That's what the real results are showing.
That is really screwy.
We lost Ward 1 badly. I don't believe this.
Hey, did you get the number?
Sunday night I did go to sleep. I think. You have any idea how bad a victory party is if you don't win? It's like a birthday party that no one shows up to. Inherent in victory party is victory.
Probably gonna get worse.
Look at this, 17% of the vote officially tabulated right now. Based on those numbers as well as CNN exit poll numbers, CNN is now ready to project a winner in this race, John Kerry.
You know, I was the supposed front runner coronated by Time and Newsweek for a long time. Well, guess what? The voters get to decide who the front runner is. I'm glad I'm still in the race.
No, I'll go back to Burlington. I think I'm gonna go back right now.
Anybody know where my bag is? I've never felt this connected to the average volunteer working in the campaign. A lot of them are like, what did we do wrong? Think about that. I mean, these people wrote like 118,000 letters to the people of Iowa, and we took third with 18% of the vote. And now they're saying, like, what did we do wrong? How come we couldn't make a difference? You told us we had the power to make a difference. That's hard to hear. And that's really, really hard to hear. Evidently, the Daily Cause had something on there yesterday about were key element or key people in the Dean campaign being benched. You know, so now it's turning into, are the rumors about Trippi quitting true, or whatever, you know.
Are they true?
You want to turn the camera off?
Good afternoon, Dean for America. There's a staff meeting, it's just about to start, so she's probably not going to be back there.
When your partner hits the ground.
I was thinking about it and I was like, you know, I love this man. Like, I would follow him off a cliff. And yet I have never had a positive interaction with him.
He's in fact crumpled up press releases that Garrett has written and thrown them
at me.
At Garrett.
He's never said a nice word to me, and yet, I would do anything for him.
The message that he created won those elections.
Just not for Howard Dean.
This used to be about a real debate about the future of the country, and now it's like entertainment. There really are people out there who are doing this because they care about the country, or they care about the guy that they're working for. I did not want to run this campaign. I tried everything I could to not do it. I knew I physically couldn't do it. I knew how painful it was going to be. I knew what it meant I was going to give up in terms of seeing my kids for the entire 13 months. There's nothing that you could give me. Yeah! And in the end, the only thing that was worth it was all those people. If you ask me, Dave, was it worth it? Yeah. Why them?
Of course, Governor Dean struggled on for another few weeks after New Hampshire, but the campaign itself never recovered. Joe Trippi has now published a new book called The Revolution Will Not Be Televised. He vows never again to run a presidential campaign. We'll see. As Trippi himself points out, politics is a strangely addictive business. That's our program for tonight. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you again next week.
CNN Sunday. Who is John Kerry?
You know, I think he's very political. He's somebody very deep loyalties.
30 years in the public eye. No simple answers.
I've learned in life that you can't please everybody.
On the eve of the Democratic convention, friends and family get personal.
I would like to get to know him a lot better.
Does he have what it takes to win?
He's got a killer instinct.
A CNN Presents special premiere. John Kerry, Born to Run. CNN Sunday, 8 Eastern. More Americans watch CNN. More Americans trust CNN.
As America votes 2004, stay with CNN, America's campaign headquarters.